3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight I have Carl, Mullis, Andy and George, and we are the Monday Blues, coming to you with the review of round 1, where the Baggers got up against the Tigers 86-81 at the MCG with a crowd of, 83,000 people. We got it done. Just. Carl, how are you feeling? How's your week been since the game?
Game night, bit of frustration. Thought we could have done better, but watched it, read a few things online, made sense, kind of calmed me down. So I'm good overall.
Okay,
happy.
We'll come back to what you've read online. Moose, how are you doing?
I think with Carl, we sort of walked out of the gate looking at each other going, and it was sort of the vibe going down the stairs as well. Everyone was sort of just looking around going, what just happened? As the heart rate slowly sort of declined. Took a while, but it got there. But yeah, I think it's settled a little bit. Take the 4 and run. Yeah. 2-0.
Take the 4 and run.
It's a good start so far.
Nice. Andy?
Yeah, much the same as the boys. Walking out of the game, it was an eerie feeling because we should have smashed them, and we just didn't take our chances up forward. And it was frustrating. It was a frustrating game, but looking back and having settled a bit, pretty happy. We're 2-0 going into a bye. Other teams that I won't mention, zipping to Collingwood.
Brisbane.
Yeah, Brizzy as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm wrapped the buys here. I think we really need a buy just to get some personnel back potentially. But yeah, overall pretty good. Georgie?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was, as you said, walking out of the ground. Certain body parts unclenching that aren't meant to be clenched that long. It was. No, look, I was wrapped because we've it's like we've learned how to win ugly now, and we've learnt not to concede or how not to concede. So this is the team skill that all of us were crying out for at the end of 2022. If you recall, Cozzy Pickett, Jamie Elliott. I don't like to think about those rounds, but this is the skill. The closing out those games and not conceding that we were desperately trying to get this, this team to build that, resilience and that skill. So that's, for me, it's another thing we've ticked off. We've learned how to win ugly, and good sides win ugly. So happy overall.
Now, I missed the opening bounce and probably the majority of the first quarter. I was in the prayer room at the MCG, just waiting for obviously the sun to go down and for us to break our fast. And it was, however, I could hear the sound of the crowd and everything like that. And when Harry kicked the first goal, the crowd went mental, right? And then I think we kicked the second goal and Harry set that one up. Harry's been in some form, hasn't he?
Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn.
Crowd was going off. What was it like being up in the stands for Harry kicking the first and then setting up the second goal of the game?
I think he's definitely matured, developed, and the vibe and the atmosphere was like, it was kind of like, all right, Harry's on. This is only going to go one way, and it was sort of like, all right, we're going to cement a smashing here. We're going to get some, some points on the board, and get some percentage. But from the Harry aspect, can't fault his game. So I'll eat my words on that one, and look, hopefully he continues to build, and the way he's going, potentially all Australian form. But yeah, from that aspect, I feel that his game, he definitely stood up, and he stood out. Especially for what I could see. But I don't know. How do you boys feel?
Well said.
Yeah. Same as Moss. He stood up when the game was in the balance. When you needed someone to stand up, it was Harry that made it. Kicked the goal, settled it, running up the ground, marks on the thing, tackling. It was Harry that stood up when we needed someone to stand up.
Took his chances. I think, when we were really struggling to score, very gettable, shots on goal, just missing everything. I think he had 2 chances from outside 50 as well and took them both. So, hey man, we love when Harry's on. Don't we, Moose? I got some footage of Harry kicking the first goal. I got some footage. Harry kicks the first goal, and like I'm recording it, good angle. And I just turn the camera over to Moose, and he's like, "Fuck."
Look, now it's the consistency, and I know it's a team effort, and he might have a shit game, and he might have a little slump, but this is where the other guys do their job as well. But I think he held the forward line, and even pushing up, putting those pressure tackles on, and sort of he did it all. He did it all. He did. So hats off.
He even went in the ruck a bit.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Yeah. Had 2 hitouts,
Yeah.
3 goals.
No, sorry, you, Molly, go.
Yeah, two hitouts, 3 goals, 13 disposals, of which 10 of them were kicks. 7 tackles.
That's huge.
Which is really big for a full forward. And 6 marks with 368 metres gained. So
For a
solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And he had 93% time on ground as well.
He might even score. He might even make an appearance in my votes.
We'll find out.
Lucky Harry.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to the end. That second effort reminded me of Charlie's second effort against Brisbane, where he attacked the footy, didn't mark it, spilled, got it, roved and snapped it. But Harry done that and he kicked it. I think it was it Kennedy? They got the second goal when he went passed it to him in the great, like at full speed. It was great to watch. But like you, Mal, for different reasons, I missed the first. I think it was about 15 minutes of the match. The cues. I don't know about this new MCG security feature, those new gates. I don't know if you boys had dramas getting in, but it was an absolute nightmare at about 7:15. And they're meant to make things faster, right? And then I scanned through, beep, 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 move to the side, please, sir. And I thought, what is it? It's a beard or whatnot. Right? So they made me empty out my pockets and everything. Put me through a bit of, pat me down or whatnot.
Strip search.
Yeah,
You didn't get
not
put in the room, did you?
It was
The old glove. The old glove.
meant to make things a bit faster, but it slowed a lot down around gate 6 and gate 7. So hopefully,
I didn't think it was too bad. I
was
I
good for
walked
us.
straight through.
Yeah, it was good for us peasants. George was in Medallion Club. So
I can't. So
us peasants, we just go in. So I
it was
each other. That's all right.
I'll tell you what, it was anything but smooth sailing, right? I'd rather have that same experience you guys had. But no, in all credit, nice seats. Did miss you blokes a lot. I was in a very heavy Richmond section, and I think throughout the game there was a lot of Richmond blokes around me, but there was one particular really loud Richmond fan in front of me, and at each goal Richmond, that Richmond scored, he was cheering loudly and got louder, and then I counteracted it by cheering louder for every Carlton goal. We never locked eyes for 4 quarters,
but we
just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And we knew what we were each other doing. And at the end of the siren, we just turned to each other and just a handshake. Good effort, mate. It's like we were battling it out.
What was the score in that?
Shout out to that Richmond fan. But yeah, it was a great moment. I think when right at the end when the final siren went. When I turned to my left, there was a bit of a gap, and then the Carlton Bay, and it was a full Carlton Bay, and just turning and seeing thousands of people rise as one and cheer. And I was like isolated in the Richmond section, and I'm just going mental on the fence. But we'll get to it. We'll get to
Luckily we won
the match.
Let's look at some of the positives. Is there anything that you guys want to bring up as far as positives are concerned? I'm struggling to come up with anything. Pressure.
Really? You're really struggling to come up with anything?
I can't remember anything, man. I'm fasting. Give me a break.
Okay. I was going to say, because there are so many positives to take out of that game. Our pressure, our tackling, everything was like peaking, except for the finished product. So just that final shot on goal. But I thought, like our switch to use the middle at all costs was really exciting. That really fast-paced ball movement was super exciting. Again, that pressure. We dominated the better part of over half the game. So that second quarter, our pressure was insane.
Yeah, turnover
insane. And hey, all credit to Richmond. They, we didn't take our chances. They took theirs, and they just stuck around. And then they took their chances again. So, we're not going to compliment them anymore. But yeah, if we kick straight and we took our chances in those first 2 or 3 quarters, we win by 10 plus goals. Like it doesn't get close. We break their spirit.
Tempo, we'll have everything.
Yeah.
The gameplay, tempo, flow, everything, and they wouldn't come back. But it's kind of like we kept them in the game.
What was, I know in the second quarter we dominated, like you mentioned pressure, and it's all starting to bloody come back to me now. The pressure in the second quarter was elite, and we were able to lock the ball in our forward 50 for quite some time. However, we just didn't get it on the scoreboard. What was our, what did we score in the second quarter?
3-6.
3-6.
3-6, yeah. Well, there you go.
3-6.
Kick 50% more of those points, and it's a completely different story.
I think every single one of them was gettable, to be honest, as well.
Every single one, yeah.
TDK had a couple, I think. Well, that's the thing. Going back to Andy's point, if you leave Richmond in the game and they have a sniff, they still have a lot of X factor in their side, right? So if you put it to bed a little bit earlier, and then great sides put the foot on the throat, but great sides win ugly as well, right? So yes, if you convert some of those, you make sure they don't have a sniff at it, and you continue that momentum. But still a lot of positives. I've just felt like Andy said, I think and Miles said, the scoreboard pressure, but also some of the inside 50s. I thought could have been a little bit better as well and a bit cleaner, especially considering they lost a couple of players as well, Richmond as well as Gibcus, namely one of them.
Yeah, I think ball movement overall has improved across the board. However, there's still remnants of 2022, 2023, where we're still trying to bomb it. Could be even there. But 2022, 2023, where we still long bomb it into the forward 50, right? And sometimes they might be from too far back in the middle of the ground, which leaves shallow entries, which leaves those long shots into goal from stupid angles or whatever it may be. And look, feel free to jump in, any one of you here, but I think they just need to add maybe 1 or 2 more into that chain as they're pushing the ball up forward before they deliver the ball into forward 50, so that it's a bit deeper. And teams have already figured us out, right? They've put 2 or 3 defenders on Curnow, they put 2 or 3 defenders on Mackay, because they know the ball's going to come high and long. Right? We need to start using both Curnow and Mackay. Well, look, the coaches will know what they're doing, but we need to lower our eyes. How many times did we say that, Carl, during the game on Thursday night? We're like, we need to lower our eyes. We can't keep going long all the time.
I think several times. I think plenty of the supporters around us were like agreeing with us from saying it. But you know what? Does it come down to we don't have? I mean, you need Walsh. Walsh is elite at that. But do you think you haven't got Cripps that doesn't lower the gaze? Who do you think
Cripps doesn't have that finish? It's definitely a Walsh, but I'm going to give you 2 other names that sort of will link in that forward line. You got Elijah Hollands and you got Jack Martin.
Hollands?
Those 2 guys, you throw those names in the mix, and all of a sudden we become class. So,
it's a lot of pressure on Elijah Hollands.
I think he's got the ability. I saw a lot of him in the early season, sort of pre-season games and that, but I think he's got the ability to build on it. Not taking anything away from your Cunninghams and those sorts of players, but I think they're probably depth at this stage. They've had their chance.
You think Cunningham?
I think he's had his chance. I don't think he's starting 22. If you've got a fit Jack Martin, Motlop, Elijah Hollands,
Where would Hollands come in? Which position would he play? Half forward.
It's a good problem to have.
Well, let's hope they can come back.
But you know, we've got to remember, it's only 2 rounds in,
Yeah, there's a lot of cobwebs. There's a lot of
And I think Voss said that last month of preseason was a very heavy, on purpose heavy block. So he said the bye is they timed it to really go hard and obviously have those couple rounds. And then there's the bye. So I'm sure all the coaches and fitness coaches and they've all planned it out. But Voss did mention that it was a very tough and hard block of training that last month before the season. So very timely with the names that have come back. But I guess it was a shorter turnaround time. But also I felt like Richmond probably I don't know about dragged us to their level and made us play that way again because we had there was the yips here and there as well. But it's a little bit of that cleanliness around the ball. But in a high pressure situation, the crowd's going off. I don't know if it was a bit slippery. It rained earlier that day as well. Who knows? But
So the slipperiness, so the end we were kicking to in the first quarter, that's where the Taylor Swift stage was set. So they were talking about it on Triple M, saying that they said this pre-game. A lot of people are going to slip at that end. And it also happened in the Collingwood-Sydney game the next night.
Yeah, wow.
So, that's where the stage was. So it's interesting. It was an interesting call to have such a large event on at the G so close to the season.
For an overrated
It wasn't
singer.
just one night. It was 3 nights in a row too, wasn't it?
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah,
2 or 3.
Two, I think, yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I
Well,
thought you were there,
went.
Mus.
You
Yeah,
should
I
know.
thought
I
you
was
went.
looking after the
Mus is a
Aren't you a
Swiftie.
Swiftie?
not a
Yeah, Mus is a
mate.
Swiftie. Look at you.
Mate, far
blushing.
from it. We've got Biggie blaring in the background.
I'll tell you what I did notice. We are missing Jacob Wiedering. Lewis Young is look, I mean,
No comment.
no, he plays a role,
Which
but he's no Jacob Wiedering. He's just no Jacob Wiedering, and I think once we get Marchie back in as well, I think we'd look a lot more. They just scored so easily, man. They were scoring, which honestly didn't surprise me because I do trust the system. Like I wasn't like stressing hard in the last minute. But I mean, the rest of the game, every time they went in, they just looked so dangerous. And I don't know if that was because of just, us pushing up the ground too far or lack of leadership down back because we've lost Doc as well. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting Weeders back. I just think he's so important. Lynch with help from the umpires, by the way. Those first few decisions they got,
horrible.
mate. Bro, that's match fixing at its best. Don't care. AFL do better, but allegedly, I've done it for you, Georgie. I just think we look a lot more vulnerable defensively with, and it's so obvious. Like without Jacob Wiedering, he's so important.
Yeah,
he's a very hard player to replace, right? Like it goes with that saying. You definitely feel more assured when he's back there. His contest work, his one-on-one work. He doesn't get corralled as often as Young does. I feel like Young's spoil work is fantastic. His closing speed and things like that as well. But there's probably a couple times where we look vulnerable and we're getting scored against at higher rates, of course, as well. So at the end of the day, you can replace a half forward or to someone on the wing or in the midfield or whatnot or a half back. But Jacob Wiedering is a special player. Like he's the confidence he gives you, and I can only imagine if you're a defender and you're playing next to him and you look over and you see Jacob Wiedering, like you just feel a sense of safety, right? It's
I just thought it was very obvious this week. Like, yeah, Brisbane obviously they went on their run and all that, but we really locked down after quarter time, I felt. Whereas I don't think we locked down as hard this week. I don't know if it was just we couldn't or it was a lack of leadership, but we need Wiedering out there. And Marchie as well. I'll take Marchbank at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Someone come back, please.
The thing was that I noticed as well, and you touched on the system, a lot of the roles and positions definitely interchangeable. But Jacob Wiedering's role in that team, there's nobody that can actually replace him.
Yeah, it's cement, rock solid.
Definitely Nick Newman, Mitch McGovern, fantastic. But they don't play that lock role, that Wiedering.
How good were those two on Thursday night?
Yeah.
McGovern.
Newman's tackling was ferocious.
Yeah.
Newman's tackling it's as good as I've ever seen anyone. He laid 2 or 3 just
the way he tackles, though.
tackles.
Whole body. Whole body.
He hugs them. Yeah.
And notice it's sort of spread throughout the team. TDK's tackling I love to see it. It's ferocious.
He uses his body.
Yeah, he uses his body. He curls up on him, right?
TDK is I feel, sorry, I'm cutting you off a bit, but TDK is now realising his size. He's now realising I'm tall and I'm bigger than these other blokes. And he's tackling like that now. He's hurting them. He's tackling with intent. And yeah, sorry, bro.
Very cool. A great call. It's like I said, this is spread throughout the team. There's not just, and that's something we cried out for in years gone by, and especially if the Essendon game last year when we had, I don't know, 9 tackles in the whole team or something like that. But we were just crying out for stick your tackles. And now we've got players that we're confident that hit the players hard, hurt them. Loved seeing it.
You know what's
Side
good, though?
run down on Rioli as well.
He's tackling.
Oh, yes.
He's tackling small players, like ones that would be
TDK?
harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who it is, big. He's but the smaller ones. He's quick.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he is.
He's actually really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
Really
size, he's
athletic.
really quick.
Really
Yeah.
athletic for his size, yeah.
I think TDK had a massive, massive fourth quarter as well. I think he was the one that got us over the line, or one of the ones that contributed quite a lot, especially in that fourth quarter. Like I watched the fourth quarter replay, and he was everywhere. He was getting everything. He was chasing everything down. I think he intercepted 1 or 2 as well, which led to a goal.
2.
Massive fourth quarter. He is showing some signs. He's going to be so good.
See, I don't think there's signs anymore. I think this is...
Yeah.
He'll just
He's
continue. Yeah, he'll continue
he's
to
gonna get
develop
better.
and grow.
Yeah, this is...
Consistency, like
Yeah.
like you said, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is what we knew he would be. And he's growing and growing, man. And he's getting more confident. It's amazing what being in a winning team, in a winning
That's
culture, can do for everyone in that team.
Confidence builds.
Man, like, you can't tell me that every single player we recruited for 20 years was a dud. You can't. Like, it's culture. It truly comes down to culture. And Voss has brought that killer mentality, that killer culture. I just want to win one, boys.
It's definitely exciting. I got goosebumps when you said
know?
that. But
It is like you said. It's not just signs anymore. But what pleased me the most is that he didn't let his head drop after the 2 misses. He nailed a crucial one in the fourth. And also, like you said, he had a huge fourth.
Yeah,
and
from
that
50,
goal
yeah.
capped it off.
From
50,
outside
yeah.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge. That was
That was
huge.
a generous 52. Looking
It
back.
was
massive.
That was like about 70. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it because that match fixing in the first quarter was not the vibe.
Had to redeem
Had to
themselves.
unmatch fix the match fix.
Yeah, had to unmatch it. Yeah, good call.
Mitch McGovern again. I know we already talked about him, but again, he deserves a mention, even another mention. He had 26 disposals, 26 as a backman
At 92%.
at 92%. What a game he had! What a game! He's now living up to expectations, I think, as well. He's on a big wicket. I think or maybe that contract's finished. I'm not exactly too sure, but this is the Mitch McGovern that Sauce recruited, not the Mitch McGovern, and he's not getting injured. Surprise, surprise! We're winning.
Did you just say that?
This bloke just
He's
gave
gone.
him.
Don't
He's
put
gonna
it
go
out
in
in
the
the
world.
world.
Just put the mozza on him. Jesus, get out.
I've been giving it to this guy for the last 5 years. He has 2 good games, and now that's it. He's done.
I will say, like I mentioned it last week after the Brisbane game. I gave him a vote because I loved what I saw, and he stepped up in the sense that like what we've lost with the Wiedering is the great setup field kicking that he does and the intercept positions.
Yeah.
So Wiedering intercepts a lot, and then from there sets up the play. McGovern's been doing that. He's been doing that well.
He's got an ability to read play and peel off at the right time. At a really elite level. He probably does it the best, bar Wiedering in our side.
He can read the switch too, and then delivers the right kick. Oh,
He's got a beautiful kick on him.
yeah.
Got a beautiful kick on him.
He's got one fault to his game. I don't know if you want to agree with me either.
Go on, Moss.
He shits himself. He shits himself a bit. I don't know if he's noticed that.
reckon?
Yeah. There's one, I think, in the third where the ball's coming and Dustin Martin was behind him and he put his head down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bro, if you get injured when you sneeze, I'm going far out. I'm going to miss a premiership for a mark in the first
And then
quarter.
the back-
Nah, bro.
And
let
they
him
all
have it.
can't be Nick Newman's, courageous, go back to flight ball and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the fourth quarter, Andy. I know you said that you weren't really stressing. I don't believe it.
I was. The longer it went, the more confident I got. I had a moment when Bolton almost got the ball.
Oh, yeah.
We've been here so many times now that, bro, we defended a 5-point lead for
Yeah.
8 minutes. You know what I mean? Think about that. That's 8 minutes of game time. We literally defended that.
8 minutes of
And-
stress.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was
Anxiety.
stressful, but it's a different kind of stress. It's like, of course it's stressful, but I never thought we were going to lose it. I honestly never, like, even when they were up by 2, I think they got up by 2 and a bit goals. I was like, I don't think we're going to lose this game. We're built for these moments now. We're built for 80,000 people in a stadium. We're built for high intensity, high stress finishes. And I think, I don't know who told me, but apparently Charlie, like, Voss doesn't even tell the guys what to do anymore. They just know. Like, Charlie knows to just go run
play on.
defensively. And, hey, kudos to Charlie, yeah? He made that massive blue where he played on the goal square. He knows he stuffed up. He knows
redeemed
that.
himself.
Yeah, he knows. But, man, I think he took 1 or 2 marks
And one
in the
spoil and
defensive
then push out
50.
to the boundary
One
as well.
massive
Yeah.
spoil. Like, and I've seen him pointing fingers, and hey, that's leadership, yeah? Like, moving on from your mistakes. And this is something that is maturity. Yeah, it's mature to, all right, I stuffed up, but that's it. The moment's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't fix it. I can only do better in the next moment. And props to him, man. That's exactly what he did for his next 2, 3, 4 moments. He made the most of every chance he got to redeem himself. So, but man, that was a bad blue. Can we talk about that?
I need to get
That
off my
was-
chest.
Yeah,
He didn't
that
see
was-
Boston behind him.
It's not about
Was it
seeing,
Boston
bro.
that
You're in the
tackled him?
moment. You've
Hey,
taken a
regardless,
mark.
bro. Regardless, you've just taken a mark in a goal
In the
square.
square.
Yeah,
Take your
settle
30
down.
seconds, bro. Take your
Yeah.
30 seconds, ice the game, and just bang. You
It
know?
could be the boot on the face that probably.
It's adrenaline, man. Imagine the
He's a
adrenaline.
big
Yeah.
adrenaline player, though. Have you guys noticed that any time
Yeah.
he's
That's-
always looking
yeah.
to go? Always.
He's just on. He's on
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time. You're right.
He loves a good wheel and go, but when he marked it, the noise levels, because we had a few really good passages of play and we held it back in. The noise of the crowd, the roar, and obviously, like he definitely won't hear who's behind him, right? He probably wouldn't hear his teammates saying "hold up," whatever. And he'd done it in one motion, effectively, like the mark, and he tried to continue on. So credit to Boston, but I think. It was the adrenaline, and then the crowd noise, and it was 80,000 roars replaced by the groan,
Yeah.
and then it was the Richmond fans taken over as well, right? So but that sound, if you could capture that sound bite, it was insane. It was triumph, groaning, and then just satisfaction. It was insane. It was an insane few seconds.
He'll learn from his mistakes, though.
Just mark it and go back, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're in the goal square. You're in the goal square.
And you're up.
There's minutes left, there's 8-10 minutes left or whatever, bro. I'd love to be able to read his brain at that time.
Back page of the newspaper is probably what he was thinking.
Just maybe, honestly, maybe, yeah. Just
Maybe.
yeah, that was pretty frustrating.
There's another thing that I do want to bring up, and I want to ask the people that are watching along, right? So chuck your thoughts in the comments here. So it was deep in the fourth where we're up. I think this is when Charlie got tackled just after, and then the ball was kind of locked in our forward 50. The ball was literally stuck like almost right near the goal square. I think there was like a holding the ball that should have been maybe in my mind paid for us, and it wasn't. So what would you do in that situation, right? You probably start yelling, ball, might get up, point the finger at the umpire, right? We've had this situation before where we sit in Legends Lounge. The old lady behind me.
I knew where this was going.
Oh,
Yeah.
the old lady.
The old lady
my
behind me, right? I'm losing my mind.
I thought this was going to be a football question.
knew where it was going.
I am losing my mind, right? Thinking this should be our free kick, this should be our shot, this should be this and that. And she's tapped me on the shoulders and told me to don't stand up. Don't stand up.
I think Andrew knows who you're talking about.
Oh, mate, do I ever?
So
Jeez.
in the heat of the moment, I told her, well, don't touch me. I'm not going to sit down. You're at the footy. You're at the footy. People are going to stand up, right? So for everyone that's watching along,
Even
do you
her.
think it is okay to stand up at the game to cheer on your team or to yell at the umpires or to do this or to do that? Do you think that's okay? Or do you think you should be seated at all times when you're at the footy.
And I
Please
think
let
it's
me know.
important to note that you weren't standing up for long.
Nah, you get up, you
Celebrate.
sit back down.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah. Just like 85,000 other people were doing.
Yep.
But I should sit down.
I personally think you should be allowed to look at under.
I got an email from the club yesterday. Apparently, she's asking for seatbelts in that section.
I think she's tugged at each of our jackets or jumpers at one point in time over the last 2 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like her.
I reckon
I
her
should
husband hates
name
her.
her. She looks like a
My
Marjorie.
husband's definitely not a fan either.
Karen.
Karen?
Yeah, I reckon
Are we going
her
with
So
husband
once
hates
everyone
her.
drops the comments in, what we're going to do is drop her seat number.
No, we don't.
Like, just leave the Arabs alone, please.
Yeah, just leave me alone, man. The
Keep
footy.
your hands to yourself.
Yeah, firstly keep your hands to yourself, and don't expect me to. Like I'm not standing up the whole game. None of us ever do.
No.
We'll get up when we score a massive goal. Even like more times than not. Even if we do kick a goal, we're not standing up. We'll cheer quietly, not quietly, but we'll cheer sitting down.
We're half
We're
over
all
each other.
quite heavy. We're not going to get up. So just leave us alone. And
Chill
don't
out,
expect
man.
any-
Is her
just
behaviour-
relax.
Is
Don't-
her
don't
behaviour
expect-
classified as antisocial? Could we report her?
Yes.
That is antisocial
Yes.
behaviour.
In the spirit of things, it is antisocial.
There you go.
True.
We are social beings, and
We're
and,
upstanding citizens.
We are, and look, celebrating cheering on after a heated moment or celebrating whatever you could call it. That is a
Fair.
social
Yeah.
act and
Oh,
social act, right?
Yeah.
We're hugging it out, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Sit down. I can't see.
Now, the last 6 games, I think it
Marjorie.
was. Bloody Marjorie. The last
Imagine
6
if the
games, I
name's
think it's
Marjorie.
been.
I'd
Carlton
love
has
if her
won.
name's Marjorie.
The last 6 games. The last 6 games, Carlton has won within a margin of 6 points or 10 points or something like that.
Under a goal.
It's been anxiety central, stress
Yes,
central.
it's not fun.
Right? It's not fun. It's not fun, right? Now I have some exclusive sound bites from our group chat from straight after
dear.
the game that I want to
Oh,
show
dear.
everyone. Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, just
please,
listen.
please be selective about which
Oh,
ones
hey,
you press.
careful.
Please be.
Just listen to this. Just listen.
Stressing.
Just listen.
That was very, very frustrating to watch. I'm struggling to find words right now to describe what we just went through. Like, I have enough stress and anxiety still lingering in my body from the final series last year. It's still there. I don't need any more. I don't need any more. I'm just upset now. Can't take it anymore. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Come on, Carl, don't do that because you're gonna make me cry.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Imagine people in our chat.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we played like putter. For about 5 minutes of football, and the rest was mesomalactic.
It's a malactic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, I've been crying for the last 5 minutes, and I'm really starting to believe that this wouldn't have happened if George just fucking sat with us and didn't go to the
oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh
Yeah.
no, George! Hey, I know what happened. George had a drink. That's actually what happened.
Explain yourself, George, please.
Yeah. Explain to the people.
Is
my
this
God.
the drink story? Sorry, I lost my internet for a sec. The drink story?
Yeah.
The drink theory. The drink theory was, I think it started at the start. Yeah, it started the 2022 season. I'm not allowed to have an alcoholic beverage at the footy, so I told the boys at the start of the 2022 season, every game I attended in 2021 that I had an alcoholic beverage is me just being superstitious. We lost. So once I said that to the boys, once I put that out in the open, as soon as I said that, instantly, I didn't even have a choice. Like, you're not fucking drinking. You're not drinking. I don't want to see an alcoholic beverage in your hand. No beers, no nothing, right? So I said, all right, we'll do it. 2022 was a Carlton Port Adelaide.
Carlton Port.
Yes.
Half time.
Yes.
Yes.
Carlton Port at half time.
59 points.
I'll never forget the score. It was 78-29. So we'd won the first few games, and we'd got to
It was 51 points.
It
51.
was 78-29, something like that. It was we were thumping them, right? And it was half time, and I'm like, you know what? I deserve a beer. I wouldn't mind getting a drink. We're not going to lose from here. We're not going to lose. It's okay. So I didn't say anything to the guys. I went to the bar. I snuck off. I got a beer. I was happy. I was smiling. I come back. I've seen 4 of the most unhappy men just looking at me like, what's that in your hand? What is it? Better be apple juice. What's in your hand? And I'm drinking like this. I'm like, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
And what happened in the third, Georgie?
Fast forward a quarter and a half. We're up by a point, and I'm just like,
still sitting.
There's a GIF for this. There's a GIF for this from Breaking Bad. That I will overlay it over this video. Hopefully, I'll find it for you. They're all staring me down like I could just daggers. It's all your fault. It's all your fault because you had to have a beer. It's all your fault. So I will announce something as well. That only Andy and I know because we went to Gather Round last year. I'm sorry, boys. I had a drink at Gather Round.
This is why we lost that Gather Round last year.
It was peer pressure from Andy. It was peer pressure. It was peer pressure because he goes to me. He goes, "No one will know. It's just us."
I feel like we
went to the bar and we had a Canadian club each, and we looked at each other after the first quarter and just.
This is not good. This is not good.
So basically, no drinks at the footy. I didn't have one at the prelim. I don't think we had one on the day of the prelim. Anyway, let's not go to the prelim. But anyway, I'm not going to put that out there. No drinks at the footy. That's the rules. If you see me, don't get me a drink at the footy.
Tackle him.
Non-alcohol. Yeah. If you see me at the bar,
kick him in the nuts if you see him at the bar.
Don't let me buy. So just I enjoy casual beer on the weekend or something like that. I'm not I'm making it out like I'm an avid drinker. I enjoy just a casual.
Is that my shop every day begging me to open?
So we will need a debrief after this recording, Amal.
Sure. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, no drinks at the footy, we win.
That's right.
We'll continue on with you, George, with the votes now. We'll kick it off with the votes. 1, 2, and 3.
1, I'll give a special mention to TDK for everything that we said. I'm not going to give him the vote, but special mention, massive in the fourth, ferocious in the tackling. As I said, stood up in the fourth with that goal. After missing a couple, didn't let his head drop. But my one is for Harry. 5 great marks, 3 great goals. At important stages of the game as well, those goals came. So played well, building into great form. And it's funny, like, you know, I gave him 3 last week. A lot of us gave him 3 last week. Kicking 3 goals, he kicked 3 goals again. In the scheme of things as well, it's continuing on great form, but I felt there was a couple other performances that I want to shout out a bit more. 2 is Gov. As we said, 26 touches, 92%, 8 marks, 9 intercept possessions, taking that Wiedering role, you know, intercepting in defence, 8 score involvements. I mentioned it last week. His field kicking has been sensational. You know, I gave him a vote for that last week. He's really relishing his role. It's vital for him to have stepped up in Wiedering's absence for the intercept game and setting up play. So massive, building into a great form, leading into a bye, right? So hopefully he recaptures that afterwards. And 3, the skip, Captain Cripps. So when the game was teetering on a seesaw in the second half, he stepped up. His contested work is just, it's beautiful to watch, right? Like, especially when he always just manages a way to sort of get free, shrug free and get the handball out. It just looks like he can't get tackled, and he will spin. He will do a 360 and just like look for an option while he's getting tackled. He's just going on a little merry-go-round. It's just amazing to watch how strong the guy is. And look, seven tackles, 21 contested possessions, 7 score involvements, and just all round great leadership on display. So well done, Skip. 3 votes. And he loves playing against Richmond. He loves a good 3 votes against Richmond.
Yeah.
You should secure the 3 votes there as well, I reckon.
Agreed.
Carl.
Honestly, it's a hard one to vote this week because you got Saad had a good game, Nick Newman had a good game, McGovern, all these names that you mentioned. So there's always going to be a few names that are going to miss out. But my one vote goes to Tom De Koning. If he didn't play that way he played in the last quarter, I don't think we get up. Some crucial things, crucial moments that he did got us over the line, I believe. So that's my one to Tommy. 2, Harry, for all the reasons Georgie said, and same 3, Cripps. He's just the bull. Like you said, whenever he's got the ball, he's getting tackled. He doesn't go down with it. He gets it to someone. So yeah, 3 to Cripps. Moss?
So it was 1 TDK, 2 Gov, 3 Cripps, yeah?
No, 1 TDK, 2 to Harry.
Harry, gotcha.
3 Cripps. Moss?
There's a few stiff players. Tell you what, TDK doesn't get any, but he was fantastic. Nick Newman, fantastic. Cottrell had some really good moments too. He could potentially sneak in there. I'm gonna give 1 to Mitch McGovern. Probably deserves a few more, but Mitch McGovern played that role, that lock role, peeled off, really accountable, but was involved in a lot of those move plays that went forward as well. Link ups. Again, Nick Newman, yeah, but Mitch McGovern gets the 1 vote. I'm going to give 2 to... I don't even need to say. Yeah, I'm going to give 2 to Harry. At certain times in that game, if Harry didn't play, we don't win. I'm not going to say that for every game, but he definitely owned that forward line. I'll tell you what I want to see. I know I'm sort of, just going a little off track here, but we're thinking about moments, George. You sort of got me thinking about last year and sort of that winning ugly. And, we've been able to win ugly and win those close games that we've never been able to do before. What's going to develop and grow that and build character in a team? And what I'm really looking forward to seeing is those leaders come back, your Wiederings and Jax Martins, for when you got a player like Boyd, when you got a player like Fogarty, when you've got a player like Fantasia having a set shot or running into goal and missing, I want to see those leaders get around them and say, you know what, next one. We're lacking that. We're definitely lacking that. Anyway, on to the votes. And 3 to the skipper. Fantastic game. But he does it week in, week out. Carries us on his shoulders and keeps going. Shrugs that tackle, George. Andy.
Yeah, it's you all kind of touched on everything that needs to be said, really. My 1 would go to Harry this week. Again, just took his chances for all the reasons you guys said. 2, I'm going Gov. Has flown under the radar, I think, for the last, season and a bit. He's really built into that leader down back, and he's not scared to, pull the trigger on a switch. He's not scared to go that fast bailout kick, and I just thought he played a really complete game. I feel bad for TDK as well, because that he should be getting votes as well. But you can't fit that many people into votes. But Cripps gets my 3. Cripps. Cripps. I mean, it's Patrick Cripps, yeah. So he doesn't fly under the radar as well, but he just does it. Week in, like you said, Moose, week in, week out. He just does his job, week in, week out, and he just does it well every single week. And yeah, I mean, he's got that follow me mentality, and yeah, you just got to love that from your captain. So yeah, Cripper, 3 votes. I don't think it's the last time I'm going to say those words either this year. I think he's really going to build into a solid season. So for all the kids watching, get your sports bet open. Well,
It's going to be the same as you, Andy. 1 Harry, 2 Gov, 3 Cripps. Hard to pass up those guys. Harry had a great game once again, backed up a stellar performance against the Brisbane Lions. Gov had a really, really good game, but you just cannot pass up Cripps and his performance against the Tigers. He was he did his bit and some, like he always does. So yeah, Cripps took everyone's 3 votes tonight.
A special mention to Voss, right? I know we call him out here and there. He probably doesn't get enough love. Special mentions to Voss. One thing I noticed, and I haven't watched the full replay. It's been a heck of a week, and I did watch the KO mini. But I remember at halftime when they would put the stats up on the TV at the ground, Hopper was on 20 touches. I'm like, this guy's brought his own footy, right? He finished with 25. So I'm not sure who went to him on the second half.
Correct.
Who ran with him? Carroll. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it, but kudos to Voss. He obviously made a change. He made a move from someone who was absolutely killing us in the first half and brought his own footy. So then restrict him to 5 for the second half.
It's huge.
well, building on what you just said about Voss, we actually won in a way that we don't normally win. They took away our contested ball. They took away our clearance work. Yeah, they beat us in clearances. So we won in a way that we don't normally win by, and that's a sign of maturity. So, yeah, again, kudos to Voss, just building on what you said, Josh. George.
Who's Josh? Special guest.
Hello, Josh.
I've been called many different things this week.
Another Josh.
Just add Josh to
Hey,
the
fun
list.
fact for you guys. Here's one.
No.
This will be the most unfun thing ever, by the way. If you know Moose, you know. It's not
Patrick
fun.
Cripps.
Go on.
Name me a game where at the end of the fourth quarter, as the siren goes, he doesn't have something new additional, whether it's a nose pad or a strapping or a knee pad or something that's been added on during the game at the end of the game.
Round 7. 2022.
He didn't play, did he?
I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Just something I've observed.
Good call. Good
He
call.
puts his body on the line every game.
Good call.
Yeah, righto. Let's look out for it this week. It won't happen this week, I'll tell you that.
Nah, definitely.
So blood pressure machine's put away this week. Thank God for that.
Yeah. It's good we get a break. We actually need the bye.
Yeah, and hopefully we get some plays back as well. I know that they caught up, Channel 7 caught up with Sam Walsh in the change rooms, and there were some rumours circulating that got a lot of us worried that he may require back surgery once again. However, it was more positive from Sam Walsh when they asked him about his injury. He reckons he's on track to return in a few weeks' time. That could be after the bye against the Roos on Good Friday. So let's see what happens there. Wiedering is most likely only around the corner. What's the sitch with Jack Martin? How far out is he? Anyone know?
1 to 2
Couple
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 to
I
8.
have no idea. Yeah, this is what Carlton does. They just 1 to 2 weeks.
Sam Walsh will be back round 12, I think.
Please
Yeah.
no.
Jeez, imagine that. But Elijah Hollins will be available next round as well.
Yeah.
Suspension's over.
Yeah.
Suspension's over as well. So some names to come in, which leaves the match committee with some pressure, with some stress. They've got to make some calls now. Who goes in, who goes out. There's going to be some people coming back in. So good luck to them. It's not going to be easy. For us, gentlemen, I know I'll be seeing a psychiatrist. I will go into the flotation tank. I'll get a massage and just relax this week. My heart can't take it anymore. But it's good to see that, we won it ugly, and good teams need to win it ugly sometimes.
Absolutely.
Relax your.
Say it. No, don't
Can't
say
say
it.
it.
No, that's it.
That's it.
Gents, it's been a pleasure. And until...
I think we've got a call out to make. We forgot.
Oh, we do. Take it away, Georgie.
You want to take it away?
Yeah, do
Take
it.
it away, Georgie.
Yeah. We had some. We achieved our biggest it is our biggest milestone to date. It was late on Thursday night, actually,
Thursday
right
night.
after the footy. Thursday night, right? 1K on YouTube. So
Yeah.
huge props to everyone who's liked, commented, shared, subscribed.
That was good.
Sounds like it was right behind me. And contributed to everything for us on our channel. We did mention it last week, 1K before May, like a little thing we've been speaking about internally. You know, we did make this channel. What is it? Yeah, May last year.
Mm.
And as you know, we mentioned it was just an emotion dump and sort of a therapy session, we called it, for blue baggers to come together. We do it all the time together on our group chat in person, and then we invited and said, like Andy said, if there's 20 people listening, we felt super happy and proud, and just to share that. Well, initially share that emotion, I guess, with Carlton fans, and now to revel in the joy together, and to sort of see and hear people love tuning in or love contributing or whatnot. It's an absolute joy. So big thanks to, there's a few people we'd like to thank, I think. So Only Carlton, fantastic with the video edits. Love your work. Great little video drop on our Instagram if you haven't seen it. The Young Goat. Go and have a look at it. The OG Blue Abroad, that got us to that milestone on Thursday night. So, Andy, if you want to chat about that a bit, that was during your discussion with Terry.
Yeah, it was just on fan cams, and every week I joined Terry for fan cams, and he mentioned that we were, on the journey to 1,000, and I let him know we're only 35 odd people away. He said, "No, we can't have this," and he just put the call out, and within 5 minutes, we hit 1,000. So yeah, thanks to Terry. Thanks to everybody who subscribed. If you just joined us, like if you've just subscribed, we're just a bunch of blokes having a chat. If this is your first time watching us, this is literally what we do. We just have a laugh, talk about the footy, bag out Moose for a bit. It's pretty much what we do. So Moose is our punching bag. Yeah, feel free to leave comments, just bagging him out in the comments. That's cool.
And a big call out to, I was going to say, quick call out to Jumper Punch for last Tuesday. Absolutely. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
And for sharing us as well and giving us a plug. Absolute great fun with you blokes last Tuesday, and at the footy, after the footy as well. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Good to see
that
the boys
funny
up
blue
again.
as well. And that funny blue call out to an absolute great
the other young goat.
That funny blue, get around it. Thank you all. Really appreciate you all.
Now that we've hit 1,000 before May, we're going to change the slogan to 10,000 before May. So help us out, please.
10K before May. Let's do it.
Go hard, guys.
I've gone through the steps and grabbing everyone's phone and just subscribe.
Sign up to Monday Blues now.
I'll tell you what, Andy and I at 2 a.m. at a Hungry Jack's making a bloke subscribe. Can I just say that story? It was so funny. This bloke came from the opera with his missus, and he just went up to 2 Arabs at Hungry Jack's, and he's like, "Oh," and we were eating Carlton Polo as well. We didn't take them off. We're like, "Yeah, we're celebrating after the win at the Cass." And what did he say? "Oh, I didn't catch. I caught the score. We came back. I was looking at the score, and we were down, and we've come back and won. I can't wait to watch the replay." And yeah, we're like, "Mate, watch the replay. It's bloody amazing viewing." And if you like listening to Carl and stuff, get around our podcast. And Andy mentioned, look, it's just 5 Arabs talking about footy. If you like that, he's like, "Oh, I love Arabs talking about footy." The way he said it, I was like, "No, you don't." He was scared. He was in fear. He's like, he would have agreed to anything we asked at that moment.
I love Arabs talking about footy.
He would have agreed. He would have agreed to anything.
to subscribe to this money now.
We were just so nonchalant about it, just like, "Oh, give us, we'd love to, give us a subscribe, whatever." And he was, he would have agreed to anything in that moment.
He was a gentleman.
Did you give his phone back?
Yeah. No.
We, yeah, that's why I've got 2 boys.
Took his missus' phone.
Jeez.
Good stuff, guys.
Good show. Relax your bodies this week. De-stress. Speak to someone. Let it all out, and then we go back at it against the Roos on Good Friday in 2 weeks' time. It's been a pleasure, gents, and until the preview against the Roos, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, everyone.
Sick now.